Maybe I'm just nostalgic, or maybe it's truly magical. Oh, when I see that castle, the feeling is truly magical. Maybe I'm just nostalgic. Maybe it's truly magic. Maybe I'm just nostalgic. Maybe it's truly
Andrew,
magic.
do you want to do a podcast?
Oh, I was hoping you would do that. Yes, I want to do a podcast. We're going to do a podcast. What kind of podcast are we going to do?
Go and talk. I don't know. I should write a whole song first.
Brooke, how excited are you to do this podcast tonight?
I am so excited to do this podcast tonight.
Why are you so excited to do the podcast tonight?
Because we're doing Frozen!
Frozen! And why are we doing Frozen tonight in
'Cause
particular?
It's 5 years old.
5 years old.
Frozen is 5 years old. I can't believe it. I am shocked. Shocked. It came out in 2013. I feel like I was...
That was 5 years ago.
Right?
Ugh.
I also feel like I was 10 when that happened.
Yeah, you weren't.
I wasn't. I was...
17.
Yes, exactly. I was 17. I remember... So I didn't see Frozen in theaters. Did you? I don't know why you would. But
No, I
did
was
you?
actually going to ask you the first time you saw Frozen.
The first
Tell me
time,
about that experience.
I didn't see Frozen until... I did see it in 2013. I didn't see it in theaters, though. I remember seeing the previews for it, and the previews were so obscure. Like, I remember saying, like, this new Disney movie, I can't even tell what it's about from, like, the trailers. Like, what is this about? What's happening? Is this evil ice switch? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
You just said it was like winter. That's all you know.
I said out loud, I was like, I'm not even interested in seeing this movie because, like, I don't even know what the fuck it's about. So I didn't go see it. And I had just started working at work. I had a really rough week, and my friend torrented it. So I was like, I'm not going to go see it. But we came home, and I was like, I'm going to take a shot, like, put on a movie. And he was like, well, what do you want to watch? He's like, I torrented a couple movies, and he, like, read them off. I was like, whatever, just put on, like, that weird Disney movie that nobody knows what's going on. And so he did. And I'm not paying attention. I'm in the kitchen. The movie's, like, playing, and that's Coda. I'm like I did like 2 shots, and I'm making dinner, and then barely paying attention. Like I said, there were a few songs that I remember. So I was like, oh wow, Disney like did a musical again. Like it's about time. Like we have like another good musical. I think like the last one before that, like that I'd paid any attention to was The Princess and the Frog in like 2009. So I was like, oh cool. Like they did. Like that song was good. That was a good little bop. Like awesome. And I think that was Love Is an Open Door. And I'm like I was not really paying attention. And then I'm like cooking, and I just like hear this fucking jam on in the background. I'm just like, I like start getting into it. I'm like, fuck yeah, what is going on? And I look over, and Elsa's like letting her braid down. I was like, oh shit, what is this? And I made him start it over, and then I watched it all the way through, and I was hooked after that. It changed my life forever. Yeah, that was the first time I saw Frozen.
See, I did not. I would have thought that maybe you had seen it in theaters and you were just kind of hooked from the start. But so I like the idea that you were against it.
Yeah, because I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck this is about.
It sucked you in.
And then as much as, people want to hate it, Let It Go sucked me in. I was like, this is a fucking fire-ass jam. Coda agrees. That's why he's trying to lick you.
Coda wants some love. He's giving him kisses.
Yeah, he wants some love because he's looking at the carpet, which he ruined because he ate a pen. And he's just like, please forgive me. Don't let her put me down later.
Please love me.
I would never, Coco. Ooh. Okay. And then my love affair with Frozen began. As we all know. Like, if you know me, you know I love Frozen. I have a Frozen tattoo. Judge me. I don't give a shit.
And what's that tattoo?
Let it go. Let it go. I got that, actually. I got my Let It Go tattoo after seeing Frozen on Ice for the second time within 3 days.
Did you do a Friday and a Sunday matinee?
I forget what day it was. I don't know. Because the
amazing.
second time I went with Gia and Lauren. got super hammered at Frozen on Ice with a bunch of 5-year-olds, just wasted, and then went and got a tattoo immediately after of Let It Go. And I do not regret it at all. I fucking love that tattoo.
I have to share my brother's Frozen on Ice story because I completely forgot about it until you told that story.
Frozen on Ice.
So my brother lives in Florida, and all of his friends are huge Disney fans because they're so close to the Disney parks. And so for his friend's birthday, he was like, I'm going to buy us tickets to Disney, to Frozen on Ice. And he was like looking at the ticket prices. He's like, man, this is like really cheap. Like ice seats were only $25. So he's like, fuck it, I'll upgrade us to some ice seats. Mm-hmm. And he shows up, and it's not like the official Frozen on Ice. It's like elementary students like production. He goes, and the only thing to make it more awkward was that none of the parents bought ice seats, so it's just these two guys in their 30s sitting on the ice by themselves while all the parents are in the stands.
Oh.
He's like, it was the most awkward hour and a half of my life.
Well, they stayed and watched it.
I would have laughed.
What they pay for those tickets?
$50 for the two of them.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
The real Frozen on Ice tickets were a lot more than that, and I had the worst seats imaginable.
Like, you could have paid $50 and seen some middle,
No,
like,
I'm glad I saw
children
the
do it.
real production twice. It was actually really well done. They did a very good job with it. They
it's Disney on
did
Ice.
the whole movie from start to finish. It was excellent. I had a great time, especially when I got to drink the second time. It was wonderful.
You can drink at Disney on Ice. I haven't been
Well,
since
it was
a kid.
it was the Wells Fargo Center.
Oh, so you can just get it down at the...
Yeah, so you just get we pre-gamed Frozen on Ice, but I know, shocking couple girls near their 30s at that time, pre-gaming Frozen on Ice at Xfinity Live.
Yeah.
Got a good buzz there. Really finished it off, kicked it into Drunk Town once we got into the arena.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was fucking great. I don't regret it for a second. It was such a good time. But anyway, Frozen is 5 years old. It came out November 27th, 2013. Oh, Andrew, we didn't talk about when
November 27th. So,
it's like 5 years.
wow.
When was the first time you saw it? And then we'll talk a little bit about like the movie and like some cool tidbits. But
I was also very reluctant to watch that movie because I was so sick and fucking tired of hearing Let It Go being played everywhere and these little Elsa freaks. But
wow, I am offended.
oh no, because it blew up right after it came out.
So many people had problems with Let
Really?
It Go. Like so many people hated it, and I think it's fucking great.
Well, because it came out so November. I saw it summer of 2014, and I was. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was at a cabin. I was with some friends at a cabin. I was with this dude I was dating at the time. And it was a shitty rainy day, but we had power and laptops, and we got drunk and watched Frozen. And some other movies, but Frozen was one of them, and I actually did fall in love with the song, Let It Go.
Could you hear my shitty phone opening because it's so fucking broken?
That vibration.
I'm taking a picture of my tissues and our cups, and then I'm gonna send it to Matt so that he can put it on like Twitter or something.
Oh, can you send it to me and I'll put it on
send
Instagram?
it to you. Yeah, and you can be like, guess what we're talking about tonight?
Oh, speaking of, guys, we have an Instagram now at DisNeatoPodcast. Graham us.
Back to Frozen. So you saw it this summer 2014. You loved it. It was a good time.
Yeah, I saw the movie and I was really surprised with how much I loved it. Like, I really love that movie, and which I'm going to dive right into. Olaf is my favorite little character.
Olaf. I was actually, so Olaf annoyed me at first.
Really?
Yeah. I got over that, though.
He annoyed me for maybe the first 10, 15 minutes, but then by like 40 minutes in, I was
Yeah. He
deeply
annoyed
a
me
fan.
at first, and then I was like, I'm over that. You're pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm down with you. I wasn't so into Elsa until she had her badass Let It Go moment, and I was just like, fuck yeah, bitch.
Yep.
You that bitch. And I was like, forget about you, Anna. You're pretty lame in comparison. But she's so sweet that like I don't even really mean that.
She's a cute little goofy dumb sister.
Did you know that this movie had actually been in the making for 70 years?
70?
70 years. Walt Disney was alive when they were trying to come up with concepts for this movie because they were doing like the Ice Queen based off the Hans Christian Andersen tale, which this is all based off of. he wanted to do that. And so they were like,
Really?
Yeah, it was like in the works for like 70 years, like off and on, obviously. But yeah, 70 years, a little more than that, I think, before it finally came to fruition.
So Walt himself supported the idea of Frozen becoming a Disney production.
Yeah, and Elsa, the premise was completely different from the movie we know today. Like in even the Hans Christian Andersen version, like Elsa is the villain, and so she was going to be the villain in this one. Sorry, I need a tissue. She was the villain in this, and she actually was her concept art. She had blue, spiky hair. I was looking at the pictures today. It's awesome. So you should go look at the Elsa villain concept art that they did years ago. It's fantastic, especially if you like concept art like I do. But she had blue, spiky hair, and she was inspired by Amy Winehouse. She was supposed to be like this sultry, kind of dark, raspy figure, like Amy Winehouse. That was her inspiration. And that was the whole thing through the whole movie that they were creating. That's what she was.
Like kind of swirly swooshy?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool, right?
Yeah, it's like a whole nother...
It's like,
okay.
That's not Elsa at all. But she was the villain, and Anna, they weren't sisters. Anna was a peasant girl. And they had like this whole rivalry going. There's this big whatever going on. And the reason that changed is because of the song Let It Go. So when they wrote Let It Go, it was supposed to be a villain anthem, and then it turned into this really like empowering song instead. And when they heard it, they were like, this song is incredible, but it doesn't fit Elsa at all. So we're going to rewrite the entire thing to fit this song in for Elsa.
Interesting.
And that's how Elsa became the woman we know today. And Disney even held, I thought this was really weird, Disney held a like a sister summit to like understand how sisters interacted. Yeah, isn't that so cool?
It's kind of cool. It's really cool, but kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Like that's
Isn't
like
it,
dark
like,
almost.
It's like it's Amy Winehouse, like that dark, like sultry thing.
Yes.
Andrew's looking at the
I like that
concept
they even doodled in some like blue fingernails.
Yeah.
Disney is all about that fucking detail.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Thought it
she
was
will have
so
blue.
Cool.
But you know what though? Like this face here,
That looks like Elsa.
that does look like Elsa.
It looks like Elsa. Like in the face.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So when they brought Idina Menzel in, like that's what she thought she was doing. Also, I didn't know that Kristen Bell could sing before this movie. Granted, I didn't know a lot about Kristen Bell at
She's
that
pretty
time.
damn good.
But I was like, she started singing. I was like, that's Kristen Bell? Like, are you kidding me? I was like, damn, girl, get it. So yeah, Disney threw like this sister summit to like see how sisters interacted and to really understand their bond, to bring more life to Anna and Elsa and make their bond believable, which I think it is. I think it's a very strange relationship, and I think that's kind of because Elsa is really this very well-adapted metaphor for depression and anxiety. So we see a very estranged relationship between sisters, but like that, love and bond and connection is still there despite all of that, which I think is very real. Families can be so close even despite people holding off and kind of, being more distant than others.
Yeah, when even if when there is conflict and things like that, like love always kind of prevails. And even through like the the representation of the depression and the anxiety and how severe it got through something like the metaphors they did throughout the movie. It's cool how at the end the love and the bond of like these sisters and the family and the town.
Back.
Yeah, it brings her back, and yeah, I love that.
I read this today and I thought it was so interesting. I never would have noticed otherwise. So Hans Christian Andersen is obviously the original, author of the Ice Queen or Snow Queen fairy tale, and they pay like homage to him through a couple of the characters. So you have Hans, Kristoff, Anna, and Sven. And when you say them really fast, it kind of sounds like Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah, it kind of does.
So that's how they paid homage to him. And apparently, I read this today, there is...
Anderson like Sanderson.
Oh my God, do we have another fucking connection in the Sanderson theory?
Oh, and she's a witch.
She's a nice witch. Is Elsa the great-great-great-great-great-grandmother of the Sanderson sisters?
What?
I'm thinking so.
What
Confirmed.
happened to make them afraid of water? Remember when the sprinklers go off?
Yeah. Well, remember their parents die in the sea?
Yes.
Oh my god. It's all making
Oh my
sense now.
gosh.
Their parents are not the parents of Tarzan.
We need to really...
We need to. So
This
we've
is
been
private content. We can't
developing-
share this.
We copyrighted DisNeatoPodcast. We've been building the
real.
Sanderson
Yeah.
sister theory throughout all the Disney movies for a while.
Thank God all
It's
this
time
content's
we put
recorded.
pen to paper
Yeah.
and come up with it.
Look out, Pixar Universe Theory.
Yeah, watch the fuck out.
We're coming for your spotlight.
Sanderson sisters.
Good morning, America.
What?
Shooting too big.
Yeah, let's
down,
aim
back
for
down.
local news media outlets first. We could get there.
They're like, fuck, they got it.
They're like,
Walt
Disney-
comes out of his, like,
I
what
go
the
to
hell are those
Disney
things called?
when I'm
Cryogenic
Yes.
freezer.
He
He's
comes
just
out of
like-
his...
he's
He's
like,
like, they
I-
win! Ding, 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 ding!
It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We inherit Disney World, and we're just like, yeah.
Yo, could you imagine? Because we cracked the fucking Sanderson sisters.
He's like, they fucking knew it all along. He's like, I knew this day would come. And we're just like, here we are. We inherit Disney World now. That would be incredible, and it's going to happen.
It's
also.
better than any lottery you could ever win.
No,
Not
you
just
win
because of their
Disney World.
valuation, but you own Disney.
I'm just
All
imagining
because
us
you
in
crack
the
a theory.
floating glass elevator with Walt, and it's like, if you want to view paradise.
And we're just like, oh. Sorry,
yeah.
Matt, you don't get to participate in owning Disney World. We'll cut you, you can come visit us.
We'll throw you Disneyland.
Obviously, we all know Let It Go was written in a day. And, sometimes great things just come together like
In a
that.
day.
In a day. In a day. Less than a day.
Damn.
I mean, that song's just fire. I don't care who you are. It's so good. And everyone that hates it because, it was so overplayed and it was so annoying. It's like, you know what? Can't you just admit when something's good? Can't you just be like, I don't like it, but it's good. It's good. It's a fucking good song.
The cold never bothered me anyway.
I mean, the cold does fucking bother me. I love Elsa, but I do not relate to that shit.
Agreed.
The cold never bothered me anyway. And I'm
She
like,
does that,
bitch,
like, whip
get-
and looks at the
yeah.
camera.
She just looks so fucking fierce.
Yeah.
She's like, bitch, and her eyeshadow is popping, and I'm just like, yes, girl, get it.
The one thing I will say that kind of bothered me about that moment is it was such a powerful song, and almost like a breakthrough kind of song. But then she still was kind of an asshole to everyone for a bit after that.
I don't think she's an asshole. I think she is so full of anxiety. Like, she doesn't want to hurt anyone else. She's living in fear of her own powers, and she's scared she's going to hurt other people or affect their lives negatively. So she's holding herself off. She's like, if I'm here, I'm safe. I can't hurt other people. And so she's pushing them away because she thinks it's safer for them.
Yeah. That makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, also very relatable. When you have anxiety and depression or any kind of mental illness, people tend to do that.
Yeah, you distance yourself.
Because you don't want to hurt anyone. Even though, Anna's, desperately no, I need you. We can fix this. When you have depression or anxiety or anything like that, you're just kind of like, no, that's not the case. I will just hurt you. It won't get any better, that type of thing.
Yeah. It's interesting as we talk about this that, of all the people I've heard that have talked about Frozen or have seen Frozen, you never hear anybody talking about that. And it, kind of just made me think to myself, why? Because we've talked about this in other episodes, depending on the movie we're discussing, that Disney has these kind of metaphors to the movies, right? And it's interesting to me that they aren't more transparent about the elements that go into these movies. Like Frozen, it'd almost be cool if they had some kind of intro at the end or something at the end, or at something at the beginning or the end of the movie to kind of mention that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they leave a lot to interpretation, and for people to kind of assume on their own. I think if they were just kind of loud about something like mental illness, hey, this is a thing that happens to millions of people. We're confronting it, or she has, she suffers from it. This is just a thing. I do think it'd be cool if they would just kind of address it. Another thing that I mean, we've kind of talked about it on podcasts before. That's never really been addressed, but lots of people speculate about Elsa is that she's a lesbian because she's the first female character in a Disney movie that doesn't have a love interest at the end.
Yes.
And so everyone's like, oh, so she must be gay, which cool if she is, but also why can't a woman just not have a love interest?
Well,
Whether it's another woman or a man, like who cares?
Well, especially the depression and anxiety, like there are a lot of people who suffer from severe depression and anxiety struggle to find relationships and be able to have that kind of connection because they struggle with that connection within themselves. Mm-hmm. And yeah, to that point too, like why can't she just be independent and celibate or whatever she wants to be?
Yeah,
maybe she's asexual.
Yeah, she could be. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe they're just choosing not to talk about a love interest in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, Anna has one with Kristoff.
Yeah, and that's
So-
such a cute little love interest.
I know, they are adorable.
Well, is there typically multiple love interests?
That's the thing. Like, you have two female protagonists. Well, I guess for a while, Elsa's the antagonist in a sense. But do we really want both of them to have love interests? Is that really necessary for the story? Like, the story really revolves around their love for one another, not their love for like an outside interest. Like it's about the sisters and how much they love each other. So
Yeah.
I think having love interest for both is just too much. And I feel like Disney brought in a love interest for Anna because it's typical Disney.
And she needed something to be
Yeah.
kind of panned back to throughout the movie.
So I still think that 5 years later there are still so many kids dressing up as Elsa for Halloween. I feel like this movie doesn't go away. I mean, obviously they're making a second one. There's been a couple shorts before new Disney movies, and I just love the longevity. I mean, I say longevity, but it's only been 5 years. But like that this movie has, I'm sure plenty of parents and other people are like, oh God, we're sick of it at this point. Like, go away. But I think it just speaks to how powerful it is.
Yeah.
And Disney, I feel like, hasn't had one like that in a while.
Yep.
You could argue, maybe it's this generation's, Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Which it could be. Oh, God. I'm trying to think. Like, I could talk about Frozen all day. And, like, I like it. And I've oddly gotten a lot of flack from people for liking it. Like our age. Oh, I know,
For
Rowdy.
whatever
That's
reasons.
exactly how I react when they give me shit for it. I'm just like, "Blah."
Well, people are petty.
Like, this one girl
At band camp.
at band camp, she saw my tattoo and she was like, did you get that before or after the movie? And I was like, after, because I really like the movie. She's like, oh, I was going to sympathize with you if you got it before because it's so annoying. And I was just like, I just told you I got it after because I like the movie, and then that's going to be your fucking remark? Like, I should smack you. Like, have some respect.
Did she have the same tattoo?
No. She just, like, didn't like that I had it. And I was like, yeah, I don't talk to you about your choices. Why do you need to, like... I'm not hurting anyone. I didn't point it out to you. I don't rub it in your face. Like, calm down. This is a big PSA to everyone. Let people like things.
Let people do what they want.
Let people enjoy whatever the hell they enjoy. If it's not harming you or them or anyone else, keep your mouth shut. Let them like things.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Matt liking Judy Hopps, and then we really are concerned about him, and we're trying to get him the help that he needs. He hates us
He really hates us
So
for messing
much.
with him, and it's only because we care about him so much.
so much, Matt. You're
But-
going to get better, buddy.
If you want to show him how much you care about him as well,
Save a rabbit.
and post Judy Hop pictures to our Facebook page, because Matt avidly checks
Show
it.
your support for Matt by posting pictures of Judy Hopps to our Facebook page.
Please feel free to use Photoshop as well. Be creative with the memes.
Photoshop him into a picture with Judy Hopps, please. Oh my God, please.
You know what? Whoever can come up with the best Photoshop Matt and Judy Hopps meme, you're on the podcast.
That's gonna be his brother. His brother's gonna be like, a fucking.
I'd love
got
to have him
this.
on the podcast.
That's incredible.
Is that okay, Matt? Okay, thank you.
We're kidding. Matt's a great guy. He doesn't actually want to fuck a cop rabbit.
No, but I would love to see those
But
memes.
yeah, we do want to see the memes though. Please send them.
I like creativity and seeing what people can do with their mind.
like I said, Anna was a peasant girl, but she was journeying to ask Ice Queen Elsa to freeze her broken heart. I wonder if Hans broke her heart in that version too. And so she was going to Elsa to freeze it. But then she meets Kristoff along the way and just falls in love again because, Disney. Did you know that Do You Want to Build a Snowman almost didn't make it into the movie? It was taken out, put back in, taken out again, and then put back in right before the movie went and was released.
Really?
Yep. Kristen Bell even said it wasn't put back in until quote-unquote the witching hour before it was released. So Anna, I believe, not Anna, Elsa is the oldest of like the Disney quote-unquote princesses. I think she's 21 in this movie and she gets crowned queen. So she's the first queen that we have in a movie. Like, obviously aside from like the evil queen. Like, let's not fucking do that shit.
Evil queen.
Ooh. So apparently during Let It Go, so when Elsa releases like the clasp on her cape, which is obviously purple because purple is the color of royalty, blah, blah, blah. We all know that bullshit. That is signaling her letting go of her royal duties.
Interesting.
Yeah. So also the color of Elsa's ice castle changes with her emotions. Blue is happy, red is fear, and yellow is anger. Also, I read this the other day. Elsa's hair, like they had to create a new program to animate her hair, and she has more hair than Rapunzel. I think Elsa has like 420,000 strands of hair compared to like, I forget exactly what Rapunzel had, but it was weak compared to Elsa.
Wow, they actually put individual strands of hair.
I'm not exactly sure how it works, but apparently they know exactly how many strands
like
she
a
has.
Copy paste.
Yeah.
Do you think they actually do that, or do you think they just make some bullshit up for the crazy fans that just want to know how many fucking strands of hair Elsa from Frozen has?
About fucking everything.
Sick little obsessed 13-year-old girls just fucking
Ooh.
rubbing their titties, beating off over Elsa. Sorry, and getting graphic here.
Who rubs their titties to get off?
I guess like more like a tweak of a nipple.
That doesn't do it either. If that gets a girl off, that's easy.
I know she's 13. She's exploring.
She's 13. She's like, if I pinch my own nipples, I'll get off. And no, when I was 13, I didn't even have my period yet at 13.
Well, I don't know.
Late
These girls
bloomer.
today.
All right, so I looked
Have
it
you
up.
seen 13-year-olds today?
Yeah, it's all the processed foods, man.
Oh my God.
We're making producer Matt uncomfortable talking
We
about
are.
13-year-old girls
You're just like,
working their
yep.
titties.
I just wanted to give you the answer to the strands of hair thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
so
for
I
it.
looked this up. Elsa in Frozen
It's
has
terrible.
400,000 strands of hair. Rapunzel only has 100,000 strands.
Yeah, I told you it was weak.
But it says in Zootopia, it pushed even further. There's a mouse in Zootopia that has 480 strands of hair.
A mouse doesn't count.
And a giraffe in the movie has 9 million strands.
Doesn't count.
That sounds like it's made up.
We're
There ain't no
talking
way
about
someone animated
humans.
9 million strands of hair.
That's what I don't understand.
Speaking of Elsa and Rapunzel, Idina Menzel originally auditioned for the part of Rapunzel in Tangled, but was not given the part. But a Disney casting director recorded her audition and thought she would be perfect for the role of the Ice Queen Elsa.
Perfect.
And she was.
Yeah, she was
perfect.
very good in that role.
Although she, apparently Idina Menzel, or Adele Dazeem if you're John Travolta, believes that her voice is a superpower, and I think that's kind of pompous. And I don't like that. I'm pretentious. My voice is a superpower. I'm like, you're fucking great. You're very good.
Mm-hmm.
But a superpower? I don't know. You saving anyone with that voice? You making world peace with that voice? You're singing Let It Go. You're bringing lots of people joy. I guess that's a superpower. I don't know. It seemed a little pretentious. Ooh. Jennifer Lee, the director of the film, was the first female to direct a Disney animated feature.
About fucking time. Wow, 2013?
There is so much Frozen and Tangled overlap. So Santino Fontana, who was Prince Hans I almost said in Elsa, in Frozen, auditioned to be Flynn Rider in Tangled. And it's like, don't you dare fuck with Flynn Rider. He was perfect the way he was. Thank God. he wasn't cast as Flynn Rider. Actually, you know, they sound enough alike. It probably would have been totally fine. I'm just being very dramatic.
I like you being dramatic. This is good.
I'm just like, don't
Let it
fuck
out.
with
Let it
Flynn
out.
Rider, my animated crush. How dare you? We're meant to be. I mean, and then obviously Flynn Rider and Rapunzel are in Frozen. So, you know, all good.
Yeah.
They make an appearance. My boo.
I do like Frozen way more than Tangled.
I do too.
Though I only half-assed saw Tangled once. Couldn't get into it.
I've seen Tangled is good. I like Tangled.
Yeah.
But I think Frozen is so much better. It really is. I think the songs are better. I think overall it's just a stronger film. No, I will say the lantern scene in Tangled is just very magical, and I love that. And Flynn Rider is, you know, hot as hell for an animated character, which is weird for me to say, but it's true.
I think that they're an interesting comparison though, because on Tangled you have
Man.
you have like them hiring like a pop music artist to write songs, and then with Frozen you have them pulling someone from like a musical background to write the songs, and it really does show. Like, it's interesting when you look at the films that used people who had a history of like Broadway and musical theater to write music versus the people who were just like pop stars.
Look at Moana when they pulled Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
Or like,
Don't get me started on Lin-Manuel Miranda, guys. I won't stop.
we're aware.
I just love him so much. And speaking of Lin-Manuel Miranda, I was listening to the Hamilton soundtrack today because just, you know, for funsies.
I haven't listened to that in a while.
It's so good. It's
Also,
so much fun.
Thank you, producer Matt, for looking that up. I appreciate it as always.
Yeah,
what are you
thanks,
drinking
Matt.
in your Frozen cup tonight? By the way, did we confirm we're talking about Frozen? Are we drinking out of Frozen cups? Did we share that yet?
We are drinking out of Frozen cups. I have like 7 Frozen cups around my house. I also have a box of tissues sitting next to me right now because I have a cold. I don't know if you've noticed my voice is a little bit weird. It's because I have a cold. I'm sick. But I have a box of frozen tissues because I had Moana ones, but I used all them. So now we're on to Frozen.
And if you're on Instagram at all in the last couple of days, weeks, it has been posted on the Instagram page.
Has it?
Yeah, I posted it on there.
Oh,
Blessings.
that was your job because you have to get the hashtags right because Matt doesn't
Did you
know
post
how to
it?
hashtag.
Wait, did you put it on the story?
He put it on, like it's on there.
Did he use hashtags?
He said Disney, Frozen, Let It Go, podcasting, cartoons, Olaf, Elsa, wine, podcast, animation. First of all, it's beer. We're drinking beer tonight.
Is it a bunch of single word hashtags? Matt. How many likes do we have? And how long has it
8.
been posted?
20 minutes. We have 8
Oh my gosh, there should be at least 42 likes on that if you use the appropriate hashtag. Did you tag anyone in the photo? Is there a location tag for Chester County,
He
Pennsylvania?
didn't even put a filter
Or
on
Walt
it.
Disney World?
He didn't put a filter on it.
Oh
I know.
my.
What the fuck, Matt?
You-
We need a social media manager ASAP.
You should have put Olga on that. Oh my gosh.
Dude, this is what we're subjected to.
Guys, this is what we have to fucking deal with every week.
Oh, he tries. Poor Maddie. He deals with us.
I know.
Let's
It is
cut him
kind
some
of fair.
slack. He's just like, he puts up with us, so like he gets a break. So Frozen, I know it's not really coming through in this episode how much I love it and how much that movie means to me.
Shout it.
Let it go. Let it
Yes, there it was.
This movie, like, no joke, if you ever watch it with me, I know I've watched it with a couple people and they can vouch for this because it's absolutely true. I will get up and sing and dance during every song. It's like I cannot control myself. I'm instantly a child. This movie, I think I love it so much. I mean, it's fantastic. The songs are wonderful. But it really it makes me a child again. Like, I am thrilled to watch this movie every single time that I see it. I sing every song and I just live my best life whenever I watch Frozen. And I just feel like a little kid again. It just like hits me. You get that excitement. It's like that movie you can watch a million times and like you're still just excited every time.
I need to watch it again for the now that we're into the winter.
It's
Almost
perfect
Christmas
this time
season.
of year, yeah.
I just watched my first holiday movie of the season that I start with,
It's too soon.
so I'm happy to do Frozen next. What?
It's too soon. What did you watch?
I watched Elf last night.
Oh, never mind. That is a fucking good one.
I love Elf.
fucking love
I
Elf.
fell asleep to Elf last night.
Elf is so good.
And
Hope
as
you
soon
find
as
your dad.
that, as soon as that comes in the beginning of the movie, I just get so tickled inside, and I just
So
get joyful.
we're kind of deviating here because this isn't Frozen. But the first time I saw Elf, I was with my friend Chrissy, and we watched it, obviously, but I only remember it because we watched The Notebook for the first time first. And then I was so devastated by the end of The Notebook that I was like, I need to watch something happy. And then we put on Elf, and we both watched it for the first time. And I was like, I am totally cured now. It's great.
It is a good
Noah
pick you up
who?
movie. Yes. But fuck. No. The Notebook. Brooke is one of my all-time favorite
Dude, I
love movies.
legit watched it every day for a week just a few months ago. I was just like, I just want Noah
You
Calhoun.
should have told me.
So badly.
He is just...
And you know, when I was younger, I didn't like him when he was older and he had the beard. I was like, I prefer younger Noah when he's clean shaven. But now I'm just like, give me Noah with the beard all day.
He built that fucking house.
He is a man.
That house.
Give me that.
He did everything he promised. He kept every single promise.
I know. He's a... God, they don't make him like they used to. Like they did
God,
in
I
novels.
could cry literally just thinking about
I
that
know.
movie right now.
It's
I'm
devastating.
just picturing them holding hands at the end, and it's just
it
tickling
ruined
me.
my life because men like Noah Calhoun only exist in novels. They are not real. They are not out there. Sorry to burst your bubble. Noah Calhouns don't exist. And if you say, "Oh, I have a Noah Calhoun," like you're a fucking liar.
Yeah, he cheated on you, bitch.
He definitely didn't build you that painting room. Now did he?
His buddy at the football game. They're not just buddies at a football game.
They
love each other
they love each other.
very much.
They have deep feelings for one another.
Deep.
So anyway,
feelings.
Frozen is fantastic. Noah Calhoun. Noah Calhoun doesn't exist.
It's equally fantastic.
It's equally fantastic, but just as fictional as Elsa.
Yes.
Sorry to burst your bubble. Anyway. Love is an open door. That's some of our thoughts on Frozen. I could seriously talk about this all day, every day. It doesn't get old for me. I know we have one listener that doesn't like Frozen, and I would personally like to challenge him to a fist fight to
Let's
the death.
address that. Do we want to address that? Can we call it? No, we're not going to call it our listener on the podcast.
I would totally call him out.
I'll tell you.
I'll call him out.
We're talking about you, Daniel.
Oh, shit.
Called out by producer Matt.
Lighting a
Producer Matt.
fire today.
Also, thank you for supporting us. You're a great listener.
He is a great listener. It was just like, it was funny. I'll tell this story really quick and then we'll be done because
Yeah.
we have to watch, we have to do another episode.
You guys just crave it.
So I never get on Facebook. Like, that's the thing. I never do it. I got on, I don't even remember why. And I was like, oh, I'll check the DisNeato page, see what's going on. And I like scrolled down and I saw this listener. You know who you are because producer Matt just called you out.
Daniel.
Who was like trashing Frozen. And I was like, who the hell do you think you are to trash Frozen? And then I was like, well, you know, I should just let people be individuals. And if they don't like something, let them not like something. But then they should also let me like something that I do like. So, you know what, Daniel? I like Frozen, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Great. I'm glad we can agree.
Capiche?
I'd actually like to know why he doesn't like it. I'd be interested to see if it's one of those things where he thinks it's played out, it got annoying, or anything of that nature. It'd be interesting to talk about. So, Daniel, let us know why you don't like it. Maybe we can chat about it.
Yeah, I picture you right now at, Brooke, I picture you at one of those, like, tables at a university, and it's like, Frozen's the greatest movie
Change
in the
my
world.
mind.
Change my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel, that's your task. Change your mind.
Change my mind, Daniel.
If you can change Brooke's mind on why Frozen is a terrible movie,
Yo, you can do anything in the world.
then I will personally take you to dinner and
In Disney
pay for
World.
it in Disney World on a Disney cruise.
Ooh. You can't go to Disney World on a Disney cruise.
Why can't you?
Because
That's bullshit.
Orlando's not in the ocean, so you can't really do that.
Actually, wouldn't it be dope if Disney did like a 2 to 3 month long cruise where you just cruise to every country that has Disney World and you get to see every Disney World?
Well, they're not all like where you can port and just go on, you know?
Well, no, but
You'd have to like take trains and like buses.
But
and
the
shit
package
there.
literally just covers everything to get you to each
That's
place.
so long at sea. Like you're bound to get a Titanic moment.
I really don't know the tangent there. Sorry. Back to you, Daniel. I'll buy you something.
Change my mind.
Change
Daniel.
your mind.
So anyway, your thoughts about Frozen? Hate it, love it, everything in between. Things we missed, things that you found interesting that we didn't talk about. There's so many things to talk about when it comes to Frozen. So please don't be shy. You can email us at DisNeatoPodcast@gmail.com. You can also email us from our website, which is DisNeatoPodcast.com. We've confirmed that has been fixed, that glitch, so don't worry about that. We have Twitter, at DisNeatoPodcast, and we have an Instagram, which is also at DisNeatoPodcast. I hope you guys enjoyed my Instagram stories from my first time at Disney. You're welcome. It was probably really fun to watch for you, because I'm hilarious.
Hit us up on any of the social media platforms. We're always happy to hear from you, talk about you, and respond to you.
We love you. Go build snowmans.
Woo!
Hope you find your dad.
Jesus took the wheel, or in this case,
Jesus,
the soundboard.
take the soundboard. Take it from Matt's hands. He can't do this on his own. He's letting go, but give him one more chance. Save him from this podcast he's on. Is that how it goes?
Brooke, that was really good.
I know the
Thank you.
one lyric,
That
which
was
is
really
Jesus, take the wheel.
My mom used to really like that song, as mothers do.
The smell of the video store. I love this place.
Do you remember when you could just look at the walls of covers?
We had to choose just by looking at the cover and reading the crappy synopsis.
You were leaving with one.
And the only way to know what new movies were coming out is you actually had to watch the trailers instead of skipping them.
Right, we didn't have the internet to look it up. We had one guy named Todd behind the counter that would tell us what was good or not.
And Todd strangely liked way too many romantic comedies.
Yes, but you always knew when the boobies were coming because Todd made sure.
Oh, and remember all the awful CG we had to put up with in the mid-90s?
We talk about that a lot, don't we?
Join us on Analog Jones and the Tempo Film, where we talk about VHS tapes.
And we wax nostalgia like none other.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network. You're listening to the Geekscape Network.